On October 12, 1970, a star was born. Charlie Ward Jr. was born and raised in Thomasville, Georgia, to Charlie Ward Sr. and Willard Ward. Young Charlie was raised in a God-fearing family that valued character more than anything. Yes, even more than the one thing that made their son a star: football.
I raised my kids from one of the Old Testaments where you spare the rod, spoil the kid. That was true. I did the whipping, my wife did the counseling, so it balances out. This is the truth, that's why we raised it.
For 3 years, Charlie Ward Jr. graced Thomas County Stadium and all its counterparts in his God-given athletic ability. Charlie pole vaulted Central to 2 region championships and a couple of South Georgia championship appearances during his tenure under center as a Yellow Jacket. For some, he was the savior of a previously subpar football program that was struggling to find its way. Others say he is simply the best football player ever to don a Yellow Jacket uniform. Before Charlie ever became a Seminole, there were a few things he had to take care of. Junior had to enroll in a junior college close by to get his grades up so he could be eligible to play his last 2 years of college. After 2 years at Tallahassee Community College, Charlie was eligible to enroll in Florida State University. What did Charlie do while he was waiting to be admitted into Florida State?
He played intramural basketball.
Okay.
Junior had to pass that test, so that's what it is. He stayed over there and got his lesson and passed that test, and then he was admitted to Florida State. We didn't want him to go in as a Prop 48, so he passed that test, and the rest is history. Became an honor student at Florida State. Graduated in the therapeutic recreation with honors. Mm-hmm.
The next step was take the world by storm at Florida State University. What was Junior's role his first year at Florida State on the football team?
When he first got there, he was 4th string, and then they needed a punter. The punter got hurt, so they moved him to the punting job. He was the 4th string quarterback the first year.
Charlie took the notice of Florida State's then quarterback coach, Mark Richt, in practice. Junior was manhandling the Seminoles' first team defense that was full of future first and second round NFL draft picks. How did Junior take the coach's notice that he needed to be on the field playing because he was an exceptional player?
Well, the coaches didn't do so much. There was one coach that really scouted Junior up in when he was playing football at Central. The boys make you, the boys break you. His players that came to him knew that he was an exceptional player in practice when he played against the varsity team. They had something. So this kid, and 1 or 2 kids said he's going to win the Heisman. That came with him.
It didn't take long for Charlie to practice his way into the starting spot for FSU. We all knew the Charlie everyone raved about while he was being recruited and while he was in junior college. But there was a new Charlie that began to emerge from within the young phenom that was overflowing with future greatness. Junior began writing his legend in the fall of 1992 against Duke University. Charlie started his career off with 353 all-purpose yards and 5 touchdowns. Charlie and his Florida State Seminoles followed that win with a 24-20 nail-biter against the Clemson Tigers, a game in which Ward accounted for 2 touchdowns and over 300 all-purpose yards. Junior continued to show why he was one of the best quarterbacks in college football, going undefeated until a stunning 19-16 loss to an in-state Miami Hurricanes that came down to a missed field goal by the Seminoles in the expiring seconds. That one loss didn't dampen their national championship dreams. They would end up having to settle for an Orange Bowl appearance against a familiar opponent, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. That game will ultimately be the national championship, and the Florida State Seminoles will come out successful. The Seminoles edged out the number 2 team in the country, only behind themselves by a score of 18-16. Charlie Ward Jr. lived up to his Heisman hype throughout the 1993 football season, making plays that some players only dreamed of making. Charlie was so elusive and agile it was almost impossible for anyone to tackle him solo, and just when it looks like the opposing secondary had good coverage on the play, he would scramble and find an open receiver or take off for a 70-yarder. To every Seminole fan and supporter, this kid was the Messiah of FSU football and college football, period. Charlie was a front runner the entire season, along with Heath Shuler of the Tennessee Volunteers, David Palmer of the Alabama Crimson Tide, and eventual NFL Hall of Fame running back Marshall Faulk of San Diego State University. Charlie once again took home the hardware amongst so many great athletes, and he won the trophy by a landslide. What was it like seeing your son win the Heisman Memorial Trophy, being named among some of the greatest football players to ever grace the college football field?
I know, being a Bible scholar now, if it's for you, you got to be humble and take it. Just take it. Other people gonna talk, but you put a little pressure on you. You want your kid to excel, and they have all kind of little things to say about you, whether it's good or bad. You got to pray over it in humility and let it go. But we kind of enjoy it. It was a grand feeling though, being one among the other ones. At the time, there was 58 other Heisman Trophy winners before Junior. Junior was the 59th Heisman winner.
So is Charlie Ward Jr. the greatest quarterback to ever play college football? He may be. If he could have played a full college career, could he have shattered every NCAA record in the books? We will never know. Will there ever be another Charlie Ward in the years to come? That is yet to be determined. One thing we do know for sure is Charlie Ward Jr. was truly one of a kind. He was one of those special athletes that only come along once in a generation. Greatness surely followed this young man throughout his career and will continue to follow him all the days of his life. Where is the trophy at today?
It's downtown in the public library at Thomasville, Georgia.